What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today, we are going to be making a cocktail from bartender turned Fernet Branca, I think portfolio manager at this point, Brent Falco. She is the person that hired me at Kohl's. She mentored me in my early career, and she set me on the path. Without Brent Falco, the Educated Barfly would not be, because she was also the one that sort of instilled my love for history, and that's exactly what we're going to get into with this drink, to show you guys that when you guys are doing stuff, especially for competition, which with a lot of people are hitting me up for my advice on the last few weeks, because there's a bunch of competitions live right now. This is definitely something that if you want to take your cocktail up the next level, you can. But before we get into any of that, you're going to do me a favor. You're going to go, well, first you're going to hit subscribe, then you're going to hit like, then you're going to hit the bell icon for notifications, so that you can help us with the 4 pillars of YouTube algorithm success. But you said, wait a minute, like, subscribe, and bell. That's only 3, Leandro. Where's the 4th one? The 4th one is comment, but you can't comment until you watch this video, which is about to impart a heartbreaking work of staggering genius on you. Right, Marius?
Sure.
Now, even though what?
They can comment before, like, I'm going to watch it now, stuff like that.
Why would they stop watching it, then comment,
and
then
first,
continue watching it?
If you're first, go first.
How would you have anything to say about something, unless they want to say first? Yeah, for some reason, there are people that are like, first, second, third.
Nobody does third. That's
no, dude, sometimes people are like 9th just to be witty. Right? But I don't know why it's like, oh, finally I was first. I've seen some comments like that, and I have no idea why like the first comment is so sought after. Maybe because they're like the biggest fan, or the most on top of it.
If you want to be first, we release at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
yes, 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 6 o'clock in the morning in New York, and 9 o'clock in the morning in Europe, or most of Europe anyway, Western Europe. Like, that's basically what we did, so that everyone would get it in the morning, and we'd give them the best chance in their day to watch the thing.
12 in Europe.
Oh, sorry, 12 in Europe. 6. Oh, it's not 3 hours plus. It's 6 hours plus. I guess it's 9 o'clock in the morning somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean.
I mean, it might be Brazil or something.
Oh, Brazil maybe. Yeah. Well, actually, Argentina is 1 hour plus from New York City, so it would actually be
Iceland, Greenland.
It would be 7 o'clock in the morning in Argentina, and probably Brazil, most of Brazil.
Iceland, Greenland, stuff like that. Maybe.
Iceland, Greenland. If there's any Icelandic or Greenlandic fans, please comment below and tell me all about how my terrible pronunciation of your, I guess, people, right? Because they are people. Yes. People. All right, so I know that I seem very sprightly today, but I have to admit that I'm not feeling very well. I have been struck down by the flu. Hopefully, it's not the coronavirus that's been going around, and 2 cases in LA. But according to the news, they didn't get outside of LA. Actually, they quarantined them immediately, and the person who was on their way to China turned themselves in to like health officials as soon as they started feeling sick, which is a very responsible thing to do. I hope that's not the case. I am not feeling well, but we have to shoot today because Marius is again traveling again. Every 2 months, this guy's got to travel, and then we have to rush to create videos for you guys so that there's no lapse when he's gone. Now, the good news about him is that I'm gonna put him to work when he's in Africa. He's going to Africa. Where exactly in Africa are you going?
Kenya.
You're going to Kenya, and then he actually reached out to some Kenyan fans, which I hope you're still going to do. Yeah. I hope you're still going to do that.
Yeah.
And like shoot something there. And guess what? We'll have more tastings on Barfly Free Pour. If you have not subscribed to Barfly Free Pour, go do that now. Just go do that now. Just open a new window and listen to my very calming voice while you subscribe to that channel. And because we need subscribers and we need views. So do it. It's a new channel. It's going to have experimental, awesome stuff on it. Lots of travel things and all sorts of weird tastings and anything that we get. I've tasked Marius with getting some liqueurs and stuff in Africa that you cannot get here. And we're going to taste them and tell you how they taste, which people actually like a tasting video, which, so, give them our impressions, Great. All right, let's get into making the cocktails. And we're like, ugh. So this box cocktail, I said it before. I'm going to say it once more since we're kind of getting into it. This cocktail was created by Brent Falco at Kohl's French Dip around 2012 or 2013, somewhere in there. And it's called the Southern Whiskey Rebellion. Now, I know that you're looking at this bottle of scotch and you're probably like, why is it called Southern Whiskey Rebellion if there is scotch here? And this is where this is where Brent is brilliant, okay? I'm sorry, I had to search for my words there. This is exactly why Brent is very brilliant. She's brilliant because she is tying the name of this cocktail into history. So if you guys don't know what the Southern Whiskey Rebellion was, the Whiskey Rebellion was an event that happened in the 1700s, where basically when our country was a new country, the powers that be, which is like John Adams and George Washington, the first president of the United States, said they needed money because they were deeply in debt from the Revolutionary War. And the way that they were going to do that was they were going to tax whiskey as opposed to taxing tea. So obviously the whiskey producers didn't want the hand of the government meddling in their affairs. And they were also very upset because they were saying that the smaller whiskey producers were going to get put out of business by this very, very massive hike. I think it was like 1 cent a gallon or something. I'm going to check on that, and I've written it below, the actual figure. And I'll give you all the dates and a little deeper of a dive below. So because of that, there are certain people who didn't want to fight the government, and they didn't want to pay the government, so they moved down to Kentucky, and that's how bourbon was created. Before that, they were making rye whiskey, and even before that, they were making Applejack. Now, how does this have to do with Scotch? Well, it has to do with Scotch because the Southern Whiskey Rebellion, who were the people that were distilling alcohol, distilling whiskey? They were farmers, and the farmers basically had a distillation culture because what do you do with your excess grain that you can't use for making bread and other things and processing in different ways? You distill it into alcohol. And these immigrants were largely Scottish and Irish. So this is the type of story that when you write that and you put forth this very simple cocktail and you write that type of thought process for a competition, that's like a winning idea. That's amazing because it's just like a full on, it's like it gives the cocktail like real context, and it shows that you really thought your way through a cocktail. So being able to do something like that where you think really deeply about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and then tying it into history is gold for competitions. Just, you heard it first here. If you guys win money, I want, 5%, 10%? I think that's a fair figure. Yeah. I don't know. We're probably like 7 minutes in and everyone's going to complain. So let's get into making the cocktail. First thing we're going to do is 3/4 an ounce of lemon juice. Then we're going to do, this is a very simple cocktail, guys. Very, very simple. Then we're going to do 3/4 an ounce of peach liqueur. I am using Crème de Pêche by G. Maisons, but you can use whatever you like. Then we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of Chinar.
Chinar. I saw somebody.
Chinar. It's Chinar.
Yeah.
Somebody last night at the bar, I was making they wanted a Oaxacan Roja, and I was making for that last night for this guy at the bar, and he kept on calling it Sinar. And then I kept on saying, yeah, Chinar. I wasn't correcting him, but I was saying it right. And he goes, oh, is that how it's pronounced? And I was like, yes. But I just didn't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy that did that. You know what I mean? All right, then we're going to do 1.25 ounces of the, we're using Auchentoshan American Oak for this one. So 1 ounce plus a little quarter, babamo. Put it up in your tin. Put some of the ice, rub it on your hands like so, and throw it into the tin. I'm so glad that didn't like fling across the room. Maybe spit some spittle into your cocktail, and then now that should really annoy all the people that tell me not to touch ice with my hands in my own house. How dare you, sir or madam? How dare you? All right, let's give it a shake. Ooh, my muscles are kind of sore, man. I think that literally, I think I'm getting the flu and we're not going to shoot tomorrow, which is a bummer. Why couldn't this happen on Monday? Well, actually, I'm glad it didn't happen on Monday because we had the Jack Daniels event on Monday, so. All right. All righty, poo. Give it a little stirry pants. Give it a little double strainy poo right here. Voila. It's a nice footed rocks glass. It's a Libby footed rocks glass. It is linked below for your buying pleasure. Although what sucks about Amazon is that they make me link an entire case and then it's like $90. Why can't you just do like sets of 2 and sets of 4? And then we're going to do a little lemon twist. You can put it here or you can discard it however you'd like. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it on this side so I don't have to rotate it. People call me out for that sometimes when I taste it and I put it here and then I rotate it around and drink it. It's kind of a weird thing to do, I guess. All right. Ooh. Peachy. Now, here's the thing that a lot of you guys are probably thinking. And there's like this whole blowback from the Scotch whiskey drinking community that think that when you put Scotch that has proprietary flavor profiles into a cocktail, it's a waste of the Scotch. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys. First of all, oh, dropped. I guess it doesn't want to be on there. First of all, don't tell anyone how to drink their whiskey. The right way to drink it is to drink it the way that you like it. If you want to take if you want to put 4 ounces of, I don't know, like long row, 20 year or something into a highball glass and put Coca-Cola in it, you go ahead and do it and you have my full support. That said, there are sensible ways to make cocktails and use Scotch, because especially ones with proprietary flavors, because you can match those proprietary flavors to some of the ingredients inside the cocktail. Now, what I like about this drink is that it gets its sugar from the creme de pêche, which is peachy and then also pretty sweet. What's nice about that, though, is that we did 3/4 ounce, and then we did an equal amount of Chinar, which did not bitter it down too much, but it took that sugar pop and it kind of cut it a little bit. What's nice about that is even though these are pretty strong flavors, you still actually get a really nice sense of the American oak, Auchentoshan. And it's kind of funny that they call it American oak, because I believe that most Scotch is actually aged in used bourbon barrels. That's most of it worldwide is actually aged in used bourbon barrels, which is American oak. Because as we know, and as I learned the hard way when I did that Bourbon 101 episode with cocktail chemistry, it's charred new American oak, white oak, actually, that they use for aging bourbon. So I believe that to be true. The Scotch people are going to jump all over me if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did get that right. I am actually prepping some episodes on whiskey, and you guys are gonna like it. But that's on Barfly Free Pour, so go subscribe to that. And then the lemon juice. Of course, the lemon juice gives it a nice tart character. It's a very, very pleasing drink. This is something that's easy to drink. Maybe a brunch thing. And give it another little sippy because I like it. And maybe the alcohol will kill the bacteria coursing through my body. I don't know. There it is. The Southern Whiskey Rebellion. We'll put the garnish back on it and go like that. If you like our channel, please hit like and subscribe, and check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/theeducatedbarfly. We've got lots of awesome videos there that you get ahead of YouTube, and we have 2 different channels that are funneling all the episodes into that one thing. There are 2 uploads every week, and you get something like 5 episodes on those 2 uploads. So there's an upload, which I'm going to be doing on Sunday, and there's an upload on Monday for all the content. I don't know. I guess I'll see you go. Oh no, go to Barfly Free Pour and help our new channel out. We hit 1,000 subscribers pretty fast, but we still need more subscribers, and we're going to be doing some awesome content there. A lot of experimental stuff, travel stuff, book reviews. We moved our book reviews over there. What else are we going to do over there, Marius? Tastings of weird alcohols, since you like to travel so much. What else? What else are we going to do?
Bar reviews, travel,
bar reviews,
guests. Yeah. We're going to do a lot
of stuff. I kind of feel like the travel content is basically bar reviews.
Yeah.
I'd like to trick Nick from Cocktail Chemistry into doing another video with us, because I really enjoyed my time over there, and definitely got to get Greg doing one. Actually, I have this very, very, very ambitious idea that probably won't happen this year because it's a little bit late in the game, but I'm going to announce it again. I did an episode with Greg. And during that episode, we had a lot of fun. We were making each other martinis and joking around on his set. It was a really, really fun time. He's a great guy, and I like him a lot. So what I thought would be kind of fun is, what if I flew to New York, picked up Greg, got a Winnebago, and traveled from New York to Tales of the Cocktail this summer and bartended all along the way at different bars. So the thing is that if you guys don't know what Tales of the Cocktail is, it is basically like the World Cup and the Oscars of bartending rolled in one. It's a crazy week of cocktail education. There's a Spirited Awards that happens, which I asked subscribers to nominate us for, because I wanted to see because I think we're doing a pretty good job. And it would be cool. It would do really good for our channel if you wanted to nominate us for that. And I thought that would be really cool. And the thing is that would be awesome about it is that we would all shoot content and put it on Barfly Free Pour, and hopefully, Greg would do his content. We talked about it a little bit, emailed back and forth, but we didn't really come to a thing. And I would think it would be really fun if you guys sort of were like, oh, you should travel here, you should travel here, you should travel here. The thing is that we can't do it for free because both of us have children and our lives are expensive. So we need brand support. So if there are any brands out there that want to help us build out this idea, I'm stating it now. There's 100 and almost 20,000 of you at this point there's got to be someone out there that thinks this is a great idea, and we can make special menus for each place that we bartend and then do something awesome at the Tales of the Cocktail, and hopefully we'll meet a lot of you guys. All right, that was a big long spiel. Marius is like giving me the thing, but you say that nobody watches this far anyway, so
Yeah,
does it matter if I talk
No,
for 19 minutes?
It's fine. Well, it's just been like 5 different long spiels in this one.
Yeah, but that's what people like. I mean, the whole whiskey rebellion thing people like. The whole thing about cocktail competitions is something that I've literally gotten 40 different messages on Instagram about that, and people asking my opinion on their cocktails. So I think that's relevant. I mean, it's not relevant to everybody, but according to YouTube, well, 63% of our subscribers of our viewers don't even subscribe to the channel, which I think is a lot of people that should be hitting that subscribe button. Yeah. It's a travesty, I think, because we do really good content. All right, I guess I'll see you guys on another time.